Hari Om. We will now take up value number 11, which is Anahankarah. Anahankarah. Ahankara is a Sanskrit word that indicates the sense of concept of one's own individuality. The individualized I sense expressed as I do, I own, I enjoy, and so on. An is a prefix which negates the meaning of the word it precedes. Therefore, anahankara means the absence of the sense of ahankara, freedom from an individualized I identification. Total destruction, nasha of ahankara, is self-knowledge. Only the one who knows the truth of the self is completely free from ahankara. Identification with an individualized I. Lord Krishna could not have intended the primary meaning of self-knowledge, total destruction, as the meaning of anahankara. Instead, the word has a relative meaning in which it is a preparatory means for knowledge. What is meant by relative absence of ahankara? Ahankara is ego. How can you bring about relative absence of the ego? By understanding what causes the presence of ego. Presence of ego is a result of sheer ignorance. Ego gains its status because I never think of examining its reality. The aggrandizement of ego comes about purely due to lack of thinking on my part. When I clearly, objectively examine the claims made by the ego, it cannot but deflate. The claim made by the ego will not hold up either to knowledge or to ignorance or to power, possessions, or accomplishments. In a given lifetime, the essential characteristic of the individualized sense of I in its infancy is ignorance. Ignorance is the capital with which the I, ego, begins life. Later, I maintain that capital and spend it very carefully throughout my life. Ignorance is not an ego inflator. Ignorance is not something to which I proudly lay claim. Knowledge, however, is a different matter. I gladly claim title to knowledge, although it is a spurious claim. Knowledge is not created by me, but only discovered in the wake of the removal of ignorance. Knowledge is always there. No one owns or creates knowledge. Hence, I cannot assign to the ego a personal credit for the skill or speed in shedding ignorance. When this individualized sense of I came to manifest, it was endowed with certain kind of physical body, born into a particular set of circumstances or environment, both preset factors that condition the learning opportunities. Parents, teachers, neighbors, schools, and various experiences contributed to the removal of my ignorance. Ahankara did not create the people or circumstances, yet claims the result. Ahankara, ego, and manitva, pride, are closely related, almost synonymous effects born of the same cause. Ignorance of the relationship of the individualized sense of I with the world. We previously saw, when Manitva was examined, that pride in anything is a logical absurdity. Although graced by free will, I have the power to choose my actions. I have no power over the actual result of the action chosen. The result I anticipate can never be more than a probability among possibilities. I do not produce the result. The result of any act of mine occurs both as the product of materials that I have not authored, as well as the outcome of many circumstances, past and present, known and unknown, which must operate in concert for the given result to occur. Beautiful. If my strong, skillful arm throws the winning pass in the final seconds of an American football game, the material and circumstantial factors that come together to produce this are too many for the final result to be a matter for personal pride. I am neither the creator of the football itself nor of my athletic body. Many people and experiences contributed to the development of the skill in the arm that threw the ball. I am not responsible for the clearing of the rainstorm so that the game did not have to be cancelled, or for the sharp earth tremor that occurred 60 seconds after my pass, since a minute earlier my pass would have been spoiled. Nor can I claim credit for my colleague who caught the pass to convert the possibility into the winning points. Pride and ego, when examined, become so silly that humility cannot really be considered a virtue. Humility is simply understanding the world, including myself, because I am part of the world just as it is. When I understand things as they are, I will neither be proud nor will I be self condemning. Self condemnation also is an expression of the ego, Ahankara. We have already seen that self condemnation is Antara Ashaucha, an impurity in the mind to be cleansed by the understanding that there is no locus for condemnation other than a particular thought. In the correct understanding of myself, of my relationship to the world, there is no room for either pride or self condemnation. I see the world that includes me as it is. I see the world is filled with wonderful opportunities. Therefore, I make use of these opportunities as a source of learning. I make use of this vehicle, the body, mind, and so on, to the best of my ability. It is my means to shed ignorance. I see that personal credit for anything is irrelevant and cannot be substantiated. I simply enjoy the world as a field for the discovery of knowledge. Without pride, without egotism. This is the attitude of Anahankarah. We will continue with reading Poojya Swamiji's book, The Value of Values, in the upcoming capsules. Hari Om. Om Durjana Sajjano Bhuyat Sajjana Shantimapnuyad Shanto Muccheta Bandhebhyah Muktaschanyan Vimochayet Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om